I am not upset that you lied to me. I am upset that from now on I cannot believe you. Only sick music makes money today. One loves ultimately one's desires, not the thing desired. Poets are shameless with their experiences. They exploit them. You look up when you wish to be exalted, and I look down because I am exalted. He who obeys does not listen to himself. Man is the cruelest animal. Be careful, lest in casting out your demon, you exorcise the best thing in you. A good writer possesses not only his own spirit, but also the spirits of his friends. That which is done out of love is always beyond good and evil. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. What does your conscience say? You should become the person you are. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Everything the state says is a lie, and everything it has stolen. A moral system valid for all is basically immoral. The pure soul is a pure lie. In music, the passions enjoy themselves. A bad conscience is easier to cope with than a bad reputation. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies, but also to hate his friends. Hope, in reality, is the worst of all evils, because it prolongs the torments of man. What is the seal of liberation? Not to be ashamed in front of oneself. Without forgetting, it is quite impossible to live at all. Many are stubborn in pursuit of the path they have chosen, few in pursuit of the goal. Pardon me, my friends, I have ventured to paint my happiness on the wall. I hate you most because you attract but are not strong enough to pull me to you. He who has a why to live for can wear almost any how. When we are tired, we are attacked by ideas we conquered long ago. The real world is much smaller than the imaginary. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. If a man has character, he has also his typical experience, which always recurs. Knowledge kills action. Action requires the veils of illusion. One must pay dearly for immortality. One has to die several times while still alive. I hate who steals my solitude without really offer me in exchange company. There is an old illusion. It is called good and evil. The vanity of others runs counter to our taste only when it runs counter to our vanity. The lonely one offers his hand too quickly to whomever he encounters. The voice of beauty speaks softly. It creeps only into the most fully awakened souls. A subject for a great poet would be God's boredom after the seventh day of creation. The earth has a skin, and that skin has diseases. One of its diseases is called man. In heaven, All the interesting people are missing. After coming into contact with a religious man, I always feel I must wash my hands. Love is blind. Friendship closes its eyes. Without music, life would be a mistake. I cannot believe in a God who wants to be praised all the time. Talking much about oneself can also be a means to conceal oneself. There are no beautiful surfaces without a terrible depth. Silence is worse. All truths that are kept silent become poisonous. Amor fati, love your fate, which is in fact your life. Art is the proper task of life. Distrust all in whom the impulse to punish is powerful. It is my ambition to say in 10 sentences what others say in a whole book. The author must keep his mouth shut when his work starts to speak. I obviously do everything to be hard to understand myself. The text has disappeared under the interpretation. Is man merely a mistake of gods? Or God merely a mistake of man? Cynicism is the only form in which base souls approach honesty. No artist tolerates reality. Invisible threads are the strongest ties. Love, too, has to be learned. I fear you close by. I love you far away. There are no facts, only interpretations. I would believe only in a God that knows how to dance. They muddy the water to make it seem deep. The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. If you know the why, you can live anyhow. All truly great thoughts are conceived while walking. You must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. A politician divides mankind into two classes, tools and enemies. Belief means not wanting to know what is true. Those you cannot teach to fly, teach to fall faster. I am one thing, my writings are another. Freedom is the will to be responsible for ourselves. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier, and simpler. Ultimately, it is the desire, not the desired, that we love. Most people are far too much occupied with themselves to be malicious. If we train our conscience, it kisses us while it hurts. Is life not 1,000 times too short for us to bore ourselves? And once you are awake, you shall remain awake eternally. They call you heartless, but you have a heart, and I love you for being ashamed to show it.